Hey guys, welcome back. This is the third video in this week on feminist theories, and this is a really simple one. All we're going to be talking about is the four main questions that any feminist analysis needs to ask about any aspect of society that we're going to study. And they're really simple. The first question is, where are the women? So remember, the important, for me at least, the most important core element of a feminist analysis is the idea that we're never studying a society comprised of individuals. We are always studying a society comprised of women and men. And so the feminist analysis is going to say, okay, so where are the women? What roles do they have compared to men? What is their experience of the situation or of the aspect of society as compared to the men? And if they aren't present for some reason, why would that be? Example of that would be in up until very recently, at least, women in coaching in American football. So, and really, you could talk about this kind of with regard to women coaching any men's sport. It doesn't really happen that often. And in fact, we kind of take it for granted. But the reality is that from a feminist perspective, there's got to be some reason that we've decided that this certain set of occupations are not going to be open to women. It's not a natural decision, it's a cultural decision. So, question number one, where are the women? Question number two, why is it that way? And more specifically, at least in terms, for me, the more specific question is, how is society set up that it creates that situation? How is it set up in terms of a society's culture, so its beliefs and its understandings? How is it set up in terms of its social structure? So sort of the patterned ways of doing things, the statuses and the norms. So that makes sense, right? We've got where are the women? Why is it that way? Third, and this kind of flows somewhat naturally as well. Sorry if my head's in the way. What changes would need to be made to improve the world to make it more just? I just have what needs to be made, but really we're talking about justice here. So what changes would need to be made? And fourth question is about, and this is something that's going to come up at the end of this week, the feminist theory of intersectionality. Intersectionality, I talked about this earlier, is the idea that it's not just gender, but gender and race, and how gender and race together intersect to create different dynamics for instance, a woman of color as compared to a white woman, but also age, class, marital status, all of those things. So what are the differences among women in whatever aspect of society that we're studying? And that's it. The four questions that any feminist analysis will need to, or probably will, go about addressing. This first question, where are the women? What are the roles they have compared to men? That is going to be, I'm not saying it's more important, but that is going to be the one that we're going to use to differentiate sets of theories. So you're going to end up with four theories that are going to answer that question in terms of they are in a different place. And we're going to call those theories of difference. And then we're going to move on to in an unequal place. So those would be theories of inequality. And then we'll move on to it's not just unequal, but it's actually directly oppressed by men. And so those will be theories of gender oppression. So we're going to answer that. This one question is going to lead us from the trunk of the feminist tree into all of the branches. Okay, but that's it. That's it for this one. In the next video, we will begin with a theory of difference, and it will be cultural feminism. So I will see you in that video.